Hi, I'm Sally and this is the tutorial for my Little Miss Sunshine mini charm. You will need yellow bands for the main part of her, 2 black bands for her eyes, and you will need 4 bands for the bows for her hair. So let's get started. It's quite an easy design, so you shouldn't have any problems with it. So, taking your loom, standard configuration with the arrows pointing towards you, we are going to make her hair. So, we're going to go down with a single yellow band 5 times. Okay, so just 1 band at a time, going down 5 times. Okay, and then when you get to the end, you're placing a cap band, so you're just taking another single band and you're just wrapping it around the pin 3 times, like so. You're going to go down again. We want a total of 4 of these little chains, okay? So we're going down again, exactly the same as we've just done. So that's 2, 3, 4 and 5. Again, we're capping it off, so wrapping the band around like so. Doing the same again. So going down the centre 5 times with a single band each time. Capping it off. And one last time. Oops. Dropping your bands. And just capping off this last chain. My bands have all got caught up together. Okay. Like this. Once you've got your 4 chains of 5, you can loop up. So taking your hook, inside the cap band, just taking that bottom band and very carefully loop it forward. These bands I'm using are like jelly bands and they do snap very easily. I'm not sure what brand they are, but they do, especially when you bring them around a cap band. They like to break, so just being extra careful with these. But they're a nice colour yellow for Little Miss Sunshine. And the last one, so you're just going in through the cap band, pushing it back, and just taking that bottom band, just working your way up. And you can place each one of these little chains at the bottom of your loom. Okay, so you're just pulling it off and then just stretching it out and placing it around one of the bottom pins. It's not going to be in the way down here, she's only little. I can get hold of all the, there we go. It's been a bit tricky then. And there we go. So you have 4 little strands of hair, like that. We're going to make a start on making her body. So again, we're going to take 2 yellow bands, placing over this top pin here, taking another 2, oops, There we go. And we're just going to go diagonally across the top. Same here. Like that. And we're going to go down the side 3 times. Still using 2 bands. I should just say, actually, but I thought to say in the beginning. So again, 3 down the other side as well. This was a request, forgot to mention. So, I hope you like it. I do think she's really cute, she's come out really well. And there are other Mr. Men designs on my channel if you like Mr. Men. We're going down 4 times in the centre. I don't have any other mini charms. But it's something to work on. If you're interested, then let me know. They're all slightly bigger designs. Okay, so that's basically the size of her body. We're going to add in some diagonal bands. So we're going to go from this pin here to the centre and this pin here to the centre. So we're closing it off at the bottom. I'm placing a cap band on this centre pin here. So push those bands down and we're just wrapping that band, wrapping that band around. Keeps unwinding. There we are. That's that done. Going to make her arms. So double bands again, going down once, capping it off. Her arms are very little. Doing the same again for the other arm. Wrapping its band around, like so. And we can loop these up now. So you're just going in, pushing the cap band out the way with the back of your hook, looping forwards, like so. And we are placing her arms on the 3rd pin down, so just here. Okay, so just centre the cap band so it hangs and it sits nicely. You're just stretching it over, placing it around. So it's the 3rd pin from the top. Okay, so I'm just centering this band. Placing it over that 3rd side pin there. I'm going to add on her legs. So again, taking 2 bands and we're adding them just here. And we're going to cap this off as well. Actually, I think I did that 4 times then, so I'm just going to... No, I did only do it. Okay. Thinking I've done it more times than I actually have. And again, I'm capping this off. 3. So we've got her arms and her legs. We need to make her eyes. So taking 2 black bands and 1 yellow. And taking your hook, I keep swapping hooks, so whichever one comes to hand first really. You're just wrapping this band, single black band around your hook 3 times and then letting go, sliding it on, doing the same with the 2nd band, like so, sliding it down. So this is what you have. And then taking your yellow band, placing it over the end of your hook, securing it around your finger, or just holding it on your finger. You're just pulling these wrapped bands onto the yellow band. And if it's easier for you to do 1 loop at a time, then do 1 loop at a time. It's absolutely fine, there's no hurry. So there we go. That's what you should have, something like that. And we are placing these across the second pin down, so the pin above where you've placed the arms, and it's going straight across. Oh, the band's got twisted, like so. I'm just going to separate these bands out. Okay, so in the centre you've got 2 bands, and you just want to take your hook between those 2 bands in the centre and lift the top band over the pin above, like so. So you've still got 1 band underneath the pin and 1 band over the top of the pin. We're going to add on her hair, so taking one of the little strands of hair and we're placing it on the top, the first side pin, so here, and there's going to be 2 on each pin, so sort of angle them slightly. Oops. Okay, so you've got one sort of facing down and one sort of coming out more sideways. I'm going to do the same the other side. Like so. So this is what she should look like when she has everything on her. The last thing we need to do is add on some holding bands, or triangle bands. And these will just stop the design from floating apart, so you don't end up with one row one way and one row the other. So, called triangle bands because they look like triangles, so it's around these pins here. And we're going to place on 2 in total, or 3 in total, but we've already got 1 on. Okay, so you've got 1 going across, you've got the cap band on this pin, and then here is the bottom half of the triangle. The other triangle goes, so it covers both of the arms, and then you've got your eye band, which will act as the triangle band up here. So now we can start to loop. So you're going in through her feet, and you're looping up those bottom 2 bands and looping them forward. Doing the same the other side. Oh, and looping forwards, and then in through this cap band here, and you're finding the top 2 bands and you're pulling them around and onto whichever pin they have come from, going in again, getting the next 2 that are on top and looping them around whichever pin they've come from, and then going back in again and getting the last 2 pins, pulling them wherever they've come from. I'm going to go up this side now, up to the top of her head. So you're going in through all of these bands, pulling it carefully around. Remember, as I said, my bands do snap really easily. Looking forward, in through her hand, or her arm, looping carefully forwards, pulling the eye band out the way, looping forwards and in through all of the hair, and looping in. I'm going to go up the centre now. So, just looping forwards, pulling the eye band out of the way, going up this side. Okay, bottom 2 bands, and bottom 2 bands again. So you're just pulling everything else out the way with the back of your hook, and you're only looping forward the bottom 2 bands, unless I've said otherwise. So, when she's all looped up, I'm sticking my hand into my loom. Not great, but anyway, moving on. You want to take these 2 bands that we placed on at the very beginning, take your hook down the centre pin at the top, push back all of these bands, find the bottom 2, and bring them around your pin as if you were looping forwards, like that, and then place the other 2 bands that were around your finger onto the end of your hook, and then this top band, pair of bands here, is going to be pulled over the top of the other ones and over the end of your hook, and then pull tight as you can. There we go, no broken bands. And once you've done that, she's secure and you can remove her from your loom. Okay, so at the moment her hair looks a little bit mad. We'll sort that in a moment. So I'm just going to pull out her arms, her legs, her body, making sure her eyes are where they should be. And we're going to sort out her very bad hair day that she's having. Make sure that these bands here that you've tied off with are tight. That's the most important thing, otherwise she'll unravel. So this is what you should have so far. Right, to make the bows for her hair, you're going to take your loom again. And you're going to take 4 red bands. Going to place 1 band how did I do it? I can't remember how I did this now. Diagonally across, I think, like so. You want the other band to cross it, so you're making a cross like so, and then taking your hook, the band that you put on first that's at the bottom, so this one here, you're crossing over and looping it onto itself. And then the bottom band on this pin, you're looping over the top and letting it go and pulling it tight. I'm just going to take it off of that pin there and pulling it tight. I'll show you again. So you're taking a single band and you're going diagonally across your loom here. You're crossing it with another single red band like that, so you have a cross. Move it a little bit closer so you can see. The band you put on first, so the band that's underneath, you are taking off of one loop and then looping it over and onto itself. So you've got one band that's sort of doubled back on itself, like so. And then the bottom band on that pin that you've used to double it, you pull over the top and let it go and pull tight. Okay, and that's how we're making her bows. And once they're tied, you can remove them from your loom. And then all we're going to do with these is just use them like normal hair bands. And we're going to take the 2 ends of her hair, hold them together, and we're just going to wrap this around the ends of her hair. Okay, so it's a little bit fiddly. So you want to sort of position the bow so it's where you want it to be before you start wrapping around. And then just wrap it around as tight as you want. Like so. Adjust the bow. So we've got one. Same the other side. If you grab the sort of cap bandy bits on the end of each one, it makes it a little easier. Placing the bow where you want it to be at the bottom, down here, like that, if you can see. Sorry if my hands are in the way. It's a bit tricky to show. And then you're just wrapping the bigger band that you used to tie it off with around the end, and you're just holding the bow in place with your thumb. And there we have our little Miss Sunshine mini charm. So I hope you've enjoyed making her. I know I have. She is so cute. So there we go. Miss Sunshine. Please like and comment on this video. Let me know what you think of the design and of the tutorial. and hit subscribe to be notified when I bring out new tutorials, which I'm doing about every couple of days at the moment. I am on Instagram and on Twitter. If you'd like to find me on there, @Sally's Looming, follow me. I do follow back. You can share pictures of your finished designs, make requests, make comments, anything you want to say or anything at all. Not quite anything at all, but most things. I'm also on Facebook. You can search Sally's Looming, all one word, and you will find my group on there where again you can share pictures of finished designs, which are always lovely to see, and make comments and requests. Alternatively, you can just comment under this video. Either way is good, they will all get to me. So that's that, and I hope you like your finished result, your finished design, creation, however you want to say. She won't need, no, she doesn't need to be the way around. There we are. So thanks for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed making this, and I'll see you next time. Bye.